really I need to get away from that.
Well, it's something you're probably gonna do when you were in your undergraduate degrees and graduate degrees
Yes.
because it's a good income maker.
Yeah.
Because they will look to you as they will want to hire you as section leaders
Uh-huh.
at various places. And I held the job. I had choir jobs all the way through undergrad and grad school as well, and after for a while too in the States because they pay very well in the States.
Oh yeah,
They're very lucrative in the States comparative to here.
Yeah, like the sort of churches that they have down there.
Well, we were in Connecticut at the time. Lucy and I were in one, and we were making close to together. We were making about $1,200 a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. That is American.
In America. Yeah.
After taxes? I guess it was like not really
Not really
taxed.
taxed.
Yeah.
So
And
and
there
there were I had
taxes
friends that were professional cantors in New York at Jewish temples and at Catholic diocese, and they were making it was a career.
Oh yeah.
So they're making 60,000, 70,000 a year doing just canting at temple or canting at church. So it's a full-time gig. So you actually have to get degrees in canting in order to qualify for the job.
Oh yeah.
Canting. So yeah. But you'll probably go back to it. It's not going to hurt you to come back to it later on.
Yeah, I just feel like I need to get away from it right now because I have all of these like the biggest struggle for me lately, besides breath control and proper support, has been that the passaggio and head voice, and sort of because I've always been in choir, you're not expected to sing above the ledger lines. Really, it's not something that you're required to do frequently, and so I always wind up trapping my passaggio in the top of my chest voice range.
Plus the quality of sound and the color that you're trying to cultivate in an ensemble is more about blend than it is about open free sound.
And the straight tone and like
it really is more about that.
Yeah,
and that's not you'll be a better musician for it, and it's certainly worthwhile. And it'll be a part of your degree wherever you go. It will be. There's no way to separate that because it's just part of the academic experience. But the reality is that you have to be able to keep a healthy perspective your whole way through your training and understanding that when we're choir we sound like this, and when we're singing on stage we sound like this.
Yeah, and I had a great conversation with Nancy. I can't remember her last name, the director of Kiwanis, this morning about the sight reading thing and about the rest of my courses and the scheduling and stuff, and I feel a lot better about all of that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Good. Excellent. Well, that's all very positive.
So that's how my week has been, I guess.
Good. Sounds like you're making good strides in the right direction with everything. So
awesome.
Excellent. All right. So remind me which Schubert we're on.
Die Liebe Farb.
Farb.
I thought that are F's in German sometimes V's?
Sometimes, yeah.
Like
I'll ask Lucy, who's the language queen, when she comes in,
Okay.
but I think that one is an F.
Fröhlich. And I was listening to this, and my intuition about the pronunciation of many of these words was all right, except for jolly or merry, because it looks like fröhlichen, but I think it's pronounced more like fröhlichen. Worauf zum fröhlichen Jagen. Worauf durch Heide und Hagen. Mein Schatz hat's jagen so gern. And that's really bitter, and like I feel like this song is so he's following a brook and it leads him to a mill, and the brook in nature are leading him to the love of his life.
Just one sec, not to interrupt your thought process.
Yeah, sure.
It's the W's that are V sounds, not the F's.
W's that are V sounds, right. And then F's are sometimes...
There are some exceptions where F's occasionally are, but it's not the norm.
The V,
The W.
Right.
Like vol or
W's are V's, yeah.
Vossen.
And are V's still V's?
It's contextual.
Okay.
So it's and that's always the challenge. German and French are complicated because of that, because they have so many conjugations that change. Because Germans love to create new words.
Yeah.
So they won't just call it the bookshelf.
Yeah.
They'll call it the bookshelf on the left that is black
Yeah.
with the University of Hartford score on the third shelf down from the top.
Yeah.
It won't and that'll be a word.
That'll be the word.
That'll be the word that long.
Yeah,
rather
yeah,
than
yeah.
just saying the bookshelf.
Oh my god. Yes.
So
yeah.
and that's why it becomes more complicated. So
those big long place names.
Yeah.
I was in Germany this summer.
oh good.
Visiting one of my friends who lives in Braunschweig, which is just outside of Hanover. It's like a suburb of Hanover.
Yes.
Yeah, those big long place names and the smoking ads, which were sort of like, well, they still do that here. Usually, I think of Europe as being like more progressive on those sorts of like public health, social justice fronts, but
Not with the smoking thing.
yeah, not necessarily.
Not so much so. No. Not so much. Horrible what happened in Germany yesterday too with the truck. Did you hear about it?
I did not.
Another terrorist,
Oh,
supposed terrorist attack. I don't know. I think they just throw that on everything now. But somebody drove a flatbed into a Christmas market in Berlin.
Oh no! Oh
Killed
no! Well, that
12
sounds
people.
a lot like the Bastille Day.
Very much so.
thing.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. So we'll vocalize first, warm up,
Sure.
and then we'll jump into the new piece. So. One more time on that one. So just don't think so much about adjusting the breath stream for the height. Try to keep the breath stream as even as you can, and just try to make spatial adjustments rather than breath adjustments.
Yeah.
That's better. Good. Much better. One more time. Good. There you go. Last one. Good for you. Good. All right. We always want to sort of be conscientious of that because we're going to get physical indicators in the voice when we get to the upper part of the passaggio and the beginning of head voice that we have to do something to help the note.
Yep.
And rather than make a breath adjustment, we want to make a spatial adjustment.
Yes.
Keep the breath consistent.
Keep
Yeah.
it.
Good for you. So I like what I'm I'm seeing at the back of the neck quite a lot. Mm-hmm. The only thing I'm a little bit concerned is I still feel as though the jaw is being kind of pulled up in.
Okay.
So I'm getting let's go a little lower actually. So if we went
I feel like I gotta write that down.
No problem. And the reason why it's an easy track to fall into, Tom, is because when we pull the jaw up inside, we feel like we're creating space. Mm-hmm. Right? Because we talk a lot about the imagery back here. We talk a lot about being open and tall here. So when somebody pulls this in, tucks the jaw up inside, it does feel taller. Mm-hmm. There's this sense of heightening or lengthening that seems.
Yeah.
That I don't know why it feels like that when we do that, but it does. I think it has a lot to do with the spine.
Yeah.
I think it's what we're doing with the back of the neck and how the neck in general feels longer when we do that. Certainly taller. But unfortunately, what that does is it aims the sound in that direction, and it also creates a lot of holding and tension in the jaw and in the larynx. So if I go it's brighter too.
Yeah.
But it's not free.
Yep.
But if I go ma, the vibrato and the spin is much freer right away. So yeah. And that's the difference. Like when you remember when we were recording the Some Enchanted Evening.
Yeah.
And you started to move around a little bit more.
Yeah.
And you started to sort of become a bit more casual.
Yeah.
That is contextually sort of attached to this as well. Mm-hmm. When we stand in place and we formally try to think space, we have a tendency to kind of but then I say just open it up and let it go, we tend to go more loud. Mm-hmm. Some enchanted rather than some enchanted evening. Yeah. And what's going on with your breath. Pretty good. Inhale on 2 feet. Go up on 1.
All right. Yeah.
See if we change the support, if it gives you a different signal about where you want to locate the valve. Just because you're entering head voice.
Yes. Yeah.
Coming into C sharp range, so you're starting to come up into sort of potentially top of passaggio, beginning of head voice.
Yep.
So I just want to see if maybe if it's a little bit better supported, if you might be more inclined to place the space a little higher. Mm-hmm. song previous.
The one
was
before?
more relaxed, actually.
Okay.
I like that sound, actually.
All right.
Yeah.
And I can feel the like pull up.
What happens is you get about midway through the note,
Yeah.
and then you start to, because it as the air depletes, it feels like it becomes unstable. You're wanting to sort of lock it in a little bit. So you're going. Cultivate more release as you hold it. Yeah, because you want to condition and coordinate those muscles in your core that have to deal with that range. And if your jaw keeps getting involved, they never get the chance. Pressure.
Yeah.
So think about relax on the inhale, stabilize the core first, then place the sound.
With this.
Yeah, so watch. I go so I go stable. Yeah, don't let the pressure change if you can help it.
Right. I feel like, should I feel like a lot of pressure behind my teeth?
That's the airstream.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine. Better that than biting down.
Yeah.
Rather than aiming it here, aim it up here, like behind the nose. And
Yeah. I mean.
See.
All right.
Okay, now we go to the ah. There you go. Feel the difference?
Yeah.
That directional choice is what I was trying to cultivate around C or C sharp.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? That choice to sort of aim more towards a head voice resonance rather than trying to keep it connected to the passaggio or chest or chest connection.
Yeah.
Right? And again, you're somebody that relates well to physical changes and locations, but the problem is in the passaggio adjustment there isn't one.
Yep.
It's a choice rather than you're not getting any kind of stimulus.
Feedback.
You're not getting feedback that says it's time to pop up into that head voice. You'll get one around E flat or E or F. Because you'll literally hit a wall and it'll go, no, that's not going to work there.
Yeah.
And you can't place it here anymore because it just won't hold.
Yeah.
And then you're forced to make the change. But the problem is if this song had one F in it, and you sang the whole song everywhere except that range, everywhere here, and then suddenly had to go to the F, and you'd have to change your color completely in order to access it. So it would never sound blended.
Yeah. And this song does have a lot of leaps in it.
Right. Which is why I'm being kind of a bit of a jerk today and keeping you up in that higher range.
Yeah,
because
no worries.
I know that it's...
it's high.
It's in this.
Yeah.
So, okay. Do for me, let's do actually from here. For the articulator.
All right.
So we'll do like 1, 2, 1, 2.
Red,
So we'll do like 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. So far so good, excellent. Let's go back been up quite high. So. But in terms of jaw and in terms of throat. Mm-hmm. So what I mean by that is you're getting some decent sound out of that, and there's some resonance and cut in it. But how much more would we get if you let the jaw go?
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So right now I'm getting this. See what happens. Good. Say E.
E.
Yeah.
It feels really like to do that E.
Right, tall. Wide. It feels too wide. So just say it very, instead of sort of giving me sort of a pronounced E like a singer, just more matter-of-factly E.
E.
That's it.
E.
So we're not looking for this. E.
Uh-huh.
We're looking for E.
E. E.
E. What I'm getting when I watch you sing is E.
Okay.
E. Yeah.
All right. No modification.
You don't need it.
Modification to the
You don't need, because your voice is dark and rich because your vocal folds are thick.
Right.
They're not. It's not because of anything you're doing back here.
Mm-hmm.
You can make it darker and you can make it more covered. You can choose that, but you're just adding tension into your technique that you don't need. And you always have to ask yourself, if I'm holding, what is that changing? Mm-hmm. What is that affecting? What is it containing, bottling, affecting? Mm-hmm. Use whatever,
So something that I really feel in the low notes, around A flat or G, is this real
lack of resonance and cut that you've talked
yes,
about.
and like I can like dig into the F's and the E's. But I feel like there's this flip at the low.
Okay.
Like
that might have something to do with the modification.
Yeah.
Yep. Which is kind of why I want to sort of cultivate this more open placement down there and see what happens.
All right.
So let's get it open first and see. Because here's the thing, you can't tell if there's an adjustment. You can't really be objective about the adjustment until you've taken out the modifications.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so. Simple in that placement.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So you want to lean more towards that. Okay. Now, that's 1. 2. Just do it for me. Go. Do it again for me. Try to keep it as even as you can without any interruptions. Okay, try it again, see if you can do it. Okay. Okay, back to this again. Simplify the vowels.
felt like the first, are you talking about the low? The low flip.
Yeah,
that I was talking about.
Yeah,
I didn't actually feel it that time.
Yeah,
so
I thought that might be the case.
Okay. Yeah,
I perceive that. So what's going on is, from my outward observation, is that you're over modifying the F and the F sharp, the G, G sharp, getting to A, and those notes won't take as much. You're moving more air through the folds than you need to.
Yeah.
Right. There's almost, you can actually even hear, I didn't point it out earlier and I should have, but you can actually even hear almost kind of like with air getting past the folds in that sound. But it's very dark and very resonant, so it's certainly covered. It's not the prominent sound, but there's a slight hiss in the sound because there's more air getting through the fold than is actually being used.
Yeah.
So what's happening is you're getting to around A, B flat B, and you're feeling like you have a sudden drop in pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Because
absolutely.
Because the vocal folds are becoming, as we looked at in the vocal scopes, as you go higher in the voice, you're getting less surface resistance.
Mm-hmm.
So what's happening is that more air is escaping readily, so it feels like you're not getting as much sound for the amount of air that you're spending.
Okay.
As you were earlier.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And so what I would say is, if you take the modification out, if we can, it really should be through the whole voice anyway, because that's the only way you're going to create any kind of consistency and blend.
Right.
If you take the modification out in the bottom, which you don't even really need, because your voice sounds plenty resonant, plenty dark without it, you'll probably find the transitions are more obvious.
Yeah.
And that's always the problem, because I worked with another guy who were remapping his voice. He's very experienced. He's done undergraduate, graduate, and he's done artist residency, and he's trying to he's throat injury. He's trying to relearn his technique.
Mm-hmm. Is it Jean-Paul Ducasse?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not Jean-Paul. No, no.
Wild stab.
No, it's not Jean-Paul. No, it's another baritone from Halifax.
Okay.
So he's we Skype right now because he's not living here right now. He's in Montreal, but he comes back and forth. So. But he's trying to relearn his approach because he has so many modifications over the years that he's picked up that he really can't objectively feel his passaggio transition from chest middle to passaggio to head voice, because in some locations of his voice he'll make upwards of 4 different modifications in one range, and these are all been, because he's had multiple teachers, these have all been learned things that he just sort of integrated into the voice, whether he felt it or not. He was told to do it, so he did it. He was a good student, he did it. But he's got upwards of 3 or 4 different modifications in one range. So it's impossible for him, at first, he's better now, but it was impossible for him to have any kind of an actual objective perspective on what the voice was telling him. Because there were so many transitions happening, you really couldn't tell what was natural and what was learned. Right? So, in your context, having done years and years of choral singing, you're learning even if nobody's directly speaking to you and telling you.
Yeah.
And so you're integrating certain colors, certain sounds, certain expectations that they want from you as a certain voice that fits a certain color in an ensemble. And so and if you get patted on the head and say, good job to that, you go back to it again.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, you go back to it again and again and again and again and again, and it becomes learned.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't specifically one person to you saying, do this.
Yeah.
And so right now, that modification, which is familiar and comfortable, and the norm, is making it difficult at times for you to feel these objective sort of transitions.
Yeah, and I think that was just like that. Really, what you described is exactly what I went through, I guess, because nobody really cares about, like, they just want to hear the low notes, you know. And they just want you to kill
those. For tenors, it's the opposite. They just want you to hear the high notes, and they don't care about your middle voice well, they don't think they care.
Yeah.
But what they don't realize is that if I screw up my middle voice, my high note's going to be horrible.
Yeah.
And it's the same. Like, your approach in and out of that range has a profound effect on how consistent those notes are.
Yeah.
Huge effect on it.
Yeah.
And so it's and like we talked about, the very first conversation we ever had, we talked about the mystique of the opera singer and learning to sing in an authentic, open, free way rather than singing how we think opera should sound or the way that we think it should be sort of projected. Because there's a whole lot of bad opera singing that happens. A lot of it, even by people that call themselves trained and professionals.
Okay.
There's some really horrible singing that happens, and so it's really a question of it's looking for your most authentic, open, free sound in every range of the voice, and that's really what we're all should be striving for.
Yeah.
Authentically, no two basses should sound the same.
Yeah.
No two. And that's the crime of, I think, the 21st century is that you have a whole lot of voices that you can't tell generically who's who.
Mm-hmm.
Like when the Met telecasts happen now, like there was a time when I would listen to the radio and be like, oh, that's so-and-so.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so-and-so. Like you'd know.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, like with the new generation, couldn't tell you. Can't tell. I can't tell one tenor from the next. I can't tell one bass from the next. Nobody has any kind of a unique. It's very generic and very, very safe sounding, and it's all badly placed or covered or brightly. It's all forward and nasally, or it's just a lot of it's just bad. A lot of bad technique right now.
Yeah,
it just is. But that's to be expected because everything's become very visually driven.
Yep.
It's because it's a director's world right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so singing, we go in cycles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes it's a conductor's world, sometimes it's a singer's world, sometimes it's a director's world. Right now it's a director's world.
Mm-hmm.
So the technique is compromised.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have to be that singer.
No.
You know, you don't have to be.
Yeah.
And it's as simple as that choice. It's just as simple as saying, you know what, I'm aware that that's a possibility. So it doesn't have to be my way or Lucy's way or anybody's particular way. What you're looking for is just free and open.
Yeah.
That should be the qualifying thing at all times. Mm-hmm. In any range.
Authenticity is really what I'm looking for, you know, in this experience.
We all should be.
Not really. Like, I mean, stage time would be great, and camaraderie,
and that comes. That comes with it, though.
At its core, I want my singing to be about getting to go there, getting to go to and explore my emotions, and I feel so bottled up so much in so much of my life, and I just wanna let it, like I'm thinking about this song and I'm thinking about like all of these experiences in my life and how to relate them to that, and I'm excited for that to try and like draw that out of here, and
of course
that's what I want this to be about, and I don't want to sound like anybody else either.
And you shouldn't want to.
Yeah.
You shouldn't want to. But that's the thing, is it's everything that we're talking about in this room is about cultivating. I'm not trying to make you sound like me, or sound like her, or sound like anybody in particular. I just want to get your voice open and free.
Yeah.
So that it's the best and most authentic representation of whatever your opinion or inner dialogue is.
Awesome.
That's the point. So, all right, let's go blast through this a little, and I'll bring Lucy in, and we'll maybe do a little with that as well.
Yeah, sure. On an open vowel.
I think that would probably be the most healthy vocally right now. So we're in 2/4.
Like the 16th notes that I've heard go by like bum 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 bum.
Do they? Okay.
Bum 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 bum. And makes me fly.
I'm gonna just pull up Dietrich Fischer because he's the
Dietrich Fischer disco.
Yeah, he's the Bible for leader.
Yeah, he's who I listen to all the time.
Yeah, even if he's not your voice type, his tempos and his markings are.
Yeah, he's a higher voice type.
Yeah, but they're standards.
And I was asked there's a recording where he does the entire song cycle.
Yes, he does.
I think he does it actually in E flat major.
that again. Good. So it's. Good. All right, let's talk about blend a little in this. So the E's are good. The notes are, you're hitting dead center with all the pitches, and you're hitting them with very little strain or any problems. But the problem is that the color difference is quite stark between. So, what we want to do is just sort of, it's not that we want to drastically change the E or drastically change the bottom. Mm-hmm. But we just want to sort of nudge them towards each other a little bit more.
Okay.
Okay? So, just say, stay in that place until you can't.
Okay.
I want to hear when it changes, okay?
All right.
Beginning. Spatial change.
Okay.
Just like we're talking about context of the scale. So rather than going
make space change.
So if you're not sure, if you're not 100% sure that you trust yourself in terms of the breath, do it on z or ah or a lip trill to see if you can differentiate or feel a difference in the if you feel as though the breath is speeding up when you move towards the E. Okay. So if it goes like, that's a clear indication that the breath pressure is changing. So, yeah,
okay.
Try that for me. Sorry, try it again. You don't want it anymore, right? Okay. So you've got the breath going, but it's being pulled up into the jaw and the throat, right? So what we want is it is, right? So, and we're going even a little faster than we need to. So it could even be through the whole song, okay? So going from the beginning again.
All right.
precious. It sounds like this for me and you.
Like precious is in like you're working so hard to like get it.
It sounds like you want to take little velvet ropes and put them around the sound and not let anybody touch it or no flash photography.
Yeah.
Like it's very it's delicate. Just don't.
Okay.
Like you know what I mean. Maybe just a scooch pretentious. It sounds as well when you do it, and that's universal for anybody. One sounds authentic, the other one sounds fabricated.
Authenticity is always the goal.
Right? So it's just I'd rather that be your neutral.
Yeah.
Rather than the other one and then trying to sort of add color to it or fill it out. That's better balance right from the get-go.
Alright.
Because you can make that quieter, you can make it louder, you can make it a little fuller if you want, you can make it a little brighter.
Yeah.
That's more of a middle road.
Mm-hmm. Middle road, neutral vowel.
Yeah.
Mapping it out.
Yeah. One more time, same spot.
Alright.
And we'll continue. Spatial adjustments, but in terms of vowel and breath and line, that can all stay the same. Okay? So. Let me look at the breath of that. Breath there.
Yeah.
And tot and won't. Yeah, that's too long to.
That D is actually my favorite part of the.
It's beautiful. Beautiful. It's very well written, very well crafted. So what you want to be thinking about, again, same thing with the E and with the D. The D will be more pronounced than the E will be in terms of transition. So, and it's fine to sort of back off the D and let it be a little bit more loving and a little bit more tender is fine, but still open.
Yep. Yeah.
So not yeah. So when we go here. Quicker.
Yeah.
Or are you thinking about it before?
Yeah.
Rather than, and it matters. It really does matter, Tom, because if I go.
Anticipate to make the space before that.
Yeah, you have to really on the Nen of Grünen, you're already thinking about that. So. One more time for me. When you lift to the D, when you think spatially, again, don't relate it to the jaw coming back.
Mm-hmm.
So don't think, so it's the space just happens. Think of it. This is a better locator for you. I think in this case.
Yeah.
Think about behind the nose and the eyes rather than up behind the jaw. No problem.
Okay.
Up into the back of the throat, think
Yeah.
tall through the roof of the mouth, through the nose and behind the eyes. Behind the nose and eyes, I should say. That's a better adjustment spatially for you on that particular, in that context. In the E, back of throat works fine because he's graduating you up a little more gradually.
Yeah.
But the leap from the E to the D is too large. And if you go that route, you're pulling the sound up in. So it's better to just think this way. This, I should say this way for you. So, yeah, I think so. Behind the nose and eyes.
Yeah. Rather than.
Then going this way.
Okay.
Back in, because the other way you're kind of going this way.
Okay. So but I can go further back on the E.
Yeah, well, it's kind of just happening naturally. It's nothing that we're cultivating.
Yeah.
Because he's graduating you from the B to the C, and then to the E. It's not so far away. So you're already kind of finding. You're already sort of. There's a much clearer pathway to the E because of where you're at location-wise. It's not as clear from the E below to the D.
Absolutely.
Right, and so it's better to have a very specific destination in mind when you're making the lift, rather than just sort of trying to each time you sing it, feel it out.
Yeah. Otherwise,
it's very subjective.
Yeah.
And oftentimes we'll have a tendency, because we're looking for stability while we go up, we have a tendency then to pull it into the throat and go that way. So if we went. Sharps on the F and the G force you to sort of pull it in, because we have a tendency when we think about adjusting the note in terms of pitch, tendency again to pull it back up.
I'm gonna record myself singing it, and I want to see when I pull my jaw in and when I
Sure.
Let's see if I have enough memory on my phone. Come on, phone, do stuff faster.
I can do it on mine if you need me to.
There we go. Switching it up. I deleted a fairly. No, I do not want to join. Okay. I think
that's different than mine. The end of the second line.
The end of.
Line shots on screen.
The first one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And another thing is that I really feel like the first time that I go up there, that's the most relaxed and awesome and wonderful feeling.
Okay.
But like it's each time that I go up there, like I'm not relaxing enough in between. Like so the tension is
well, that's when
compounding.
it's a new on every new song feels like a new pair of shoes, a new pair of pants.
Yeah.
So it's that the first 2 or 3 times you wear them, it's like, oh god, I prefer my old ones. but then as you wear them and you wash them and you blah blah blah, they become that new pair. They become the pair of pants that you like and you love and you wear them.
Yeah.
Every single song you sing is going to feel like this.
All right.
Every one of them. No matter how good, no matter how studied you are or how evolved your technique becomes, every song feels like
a new
pair of pants, new piece of clothing. It always does. So.
All right, for first mine shots.
Yeah. Sideways for me. Keep recording. So turn that. that way so I can see your profile, side profile. So face that way, sorry. Yep, I just want to watch your side profile, okay? Gonna do the same thing. Good, so now it's good, but there's a breath adjustment happening.
Yes, there is.
You can hear the air speeding up, and you'll be able to play that back in a second and listen to it.
Yeah.
So what I want you to try is the lip trill, just the whole same phrase, lip trill. Don't let it speed up or slow down on any of the notes, okay? Change, but just cultivate more of the jaw to just settle down. So, try this for me, just go ah.
Oh, I did it again. I just breath adjusted.
Yeah, so say So where you're speaking and when you're singing it are very different.
Yeah. Okay.
So even though this looks relaxed here, you can see that you're holding quite a bit here and here. Because you're kind of setting at the back. Watch it again. With the different colors. So the air is going nice and steady and even. Don't let that change, but just cultivate more of the jaw to just settle down. Just go ah.
Oh, I did it again. I breath adjusted.
Yeah, so say ah. So where you're speaking and where you're singing are very different.
Yeah. Okay.
I love that sound on the last one. That ah is perfect. That's the ah we're looking for. Ah. a little tight still, even going up to the E. But then you kind of settled as you were singing, and the last line is great. But the breath is very good. Breath's well managed. Look how relaxed that looks. Comparative. Just looks more. It's not just about. You're not just looking at here. You're looking here and here and also there, and that's just so much more. Just you just gotta let go.
Yeah.
On that phrase, and that's really what it needs, even in the more athletic range.
Yeah.
In order to cultivate more of a blend, it's of course you're gonna find it there first, because that's a range that's less athletic.
Yeah.
So of course it's logical that you find it there first. But you can keep that on there for a little while and look at it, and that's what we're trying to cultivate, is that drop and release, but everywhere. Because it's the only thing that's sort of stopping the sound from filling out in the higher part. Like you've got the breath on that last one is very well managed all the way through, but it still sounds a little perched. And it just sounds perched because there's no drop and release in the throat and jaw. So it's not filling out. So we're getting,
I feel like I need to get more confident in my spatial adjustments so that I don't have to breath adjust in order to
of course,
there.
Of course, but that's new and that's to be expected.
Yeah.
That won't take long. You know, in terms of, and the nice thing about it is that, I mean, it's a nightmare to memorize only because it's the same melody in 3 different verses.
Yeah.
But it's also the same verse.
Yes.
So the nice thing about it is once you've got it, like vocalizing wise.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we're going to have, what you'll notice though as we get into it, as we roll our sleeves and get into this, is that the text will change.
Yeah.
The adjustments. You'll find it. Different vowel combinations will make these leaps
and the
easier.
Unfamiliar vowels sounds.
Yes, yeah, quite a few loves in this. So
yeah,
quite a few. But I mean, it's a good piece for you. It's going to be fine. It's going to fit fine. So good.
I'm so excited to do it.
Well done.
Awesome.
Good. Something I would suggest sometime, maybe even over the holidays.
Yes.
Invest in one of these.
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely.
I mean, I'm happy to scan and send you the Figaro, but the more I thought about it, the more I was going, well, this is kind of silly because he's going to
I'm going to need all of those,
And if you rather, I mean, it's fine to have a binder, but if you start making notes, in this, you'll have it.
Yes.
Like it's one, because this will become this and your 24 Italian art songs and your Schubert and Schumann books will become your. For your undergrad, that will pretty much. I mean, you'll have other pieces of music here and there.
Schubert, Schumann.
Yeah, so the low voice Schubert, low voice Schumann, Fauré. The low voice Fauré.
Schumann, Fauré.
The bass aria book. Those are all good things to have. The oratorio anthology for bass. Those are all. I mean, you don't have to run and get them all at one time by any stretch of the imagination. But they're all.
I am looking forward to oratorio.
They are, and we need to get into that too. So there really are. They're all things that you should own. Yeah. Over time, you don't need to run out and buy them all right away. That is just imagination. But this would probably be the next smartest invent.
I did look at a choice for the Italian art song because we were going to switch out the Bellini. And how do you pronounce this? It seemed pretty obscure, but I listened to it and I really liked it. And it was, I hope I'm saying it right, Lungi dal caro bene by Giuseppe Sarti.
Okay.
I'm not even sure.
I don't think that's in the standard book, so I'll take a look and see, but I don't think so. Maybe no. Sometimes you forget.
It has a really long introduction, but it's sweet and it's simple, and it's around C, like that's the sort of high note that it's anchored around, and people. I think it would be challenging for me because it would be in my, mostly in my passaggio range.
Okay.
And I would work really hard not to just put that passaggio range into my chest voice.
Right. Well, Well, if you love the piece, I'm not opposed to it. I'll have to look at it.
Yeah.
Just sort of take a look through it and see, but I'm not opposed to it at all. I mean, there are lovely songs in this as well. There's some really nice. Let's see. So this one's a nice one for lower voices. It's quite a good fit for a lot of male voices. It's nice piece. It's a good fit for a lot of bass voices are quite comfortable in that one. It's quite nice. Let's see. Victoria is nice as well. Victoria, 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 mio cuore, non lagrima più, e schiorta d'amore la vil servitù. Victoria, Victoria, mi cuore. This is low for me, but perfect for you. There's some nice runs through this. Some really nice runs all the way through. So you get
I would like a song with a run in it just to show that I can.
require one of these specifically, one of the 24 Italian songs.
Oh yeah?
So it's probably not a bad idea to have one in your repertoire.
Okay, that makes sense.
Honestly, because a lot of them, they're considered sort of standard repertoire.
Okay.
Sort of fit within that. That's a nice fit. Vittoria is very nice, and that has some lovely runs in it. So I would highly recommend that one if you're interested.
Okay.
Yeah, Vittoria mio cuore. Carissimi. Giacomo Carissimi is the composer. So you could take a listen to that over the holiday. And again, the two books that it's never a bad idea. It'll be a different color than this. These are the older version of the books, but it'll be the same key, same song. You just want the medium low voice 24 Italian art song. That's a good investment. Mm-hmm. You can't go wrong with owning that, and you certainly can't go wrong with owning the aria book. Those are both books that you're going to need in your undergraduate degree. So, and there's countless songs in here that you could work on and study that would be of benefit. Besides being audition requirements or festival requirements. So, but the aria book you can't go wrong. So, and this is also worthwhile as well. You don't need to run it and get Schubert or Schumann right now yet, but these would be worth having.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm writing all this down.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But the 24, I would, because Long McQuaid will have that. They might even have it in.
24 is
this may or may not have. You can check. They might have a copy of the bass. If they don't, they can get in real quick for you. The Schirmer Arias for Bass Anthology.
No.
Yeah. And again, it's a different cover than this, but it's the same.
Yeah, the 24. Awesome.
Okay. Yeah, it'll look like this now. It'll look like at least a different color, but it'll be like some Italian picture with a colored cover now. But it's the same song, same keys. So, all right.
Awesome.
So
Thank you so much,
Jason. Oh, you're welcome.
Vittorio, yeah.
Vittorio.
Run. Hello. I never got to play the Mexican hat song for you.
Oh, I have to get a Mexican hat song.
I memorized it at this point.
Of course.
I was pleased with the way that I practiced it because I practiced this. Combine them, so hopefully let's see how it goes. Well, I'll just put it on. I like this one.
That's a beautiful song.
And that one I was just having trouble with the contrary motion. It's actually quite far back because we did that one and then we went into
6.
Yes. And if I had done it a little bit slower, it would have been cleaner. And then we've done that one to death, and that one, I always feel like it needs work, just because you can always play it faster.
Right.
And I never get that B flat. 2, 3, 4. There we go. That's always my mistake. Anytime I'm like starting thinking about it, like I have to. If I'm not thinking about it, I'll just go like that. Wow, what is that? G major? Okay, instead of G minor.
It's G minor, yeah.
Yes, G minor, second inversion. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 2, 3. This is way too fast. I always run into having like. song I'll have at a good pace, and then it's like an ending or a transition that's really hard, and so that's what slows down the entire piece.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There we go. One more time. Oh no!
D minor.
Not D minor with the ninth?
Yes, that's enough.
That's what I would play right on the top. Okay. Yes.
It worked, however.
So that the hard part to that was the
You know when you're like the bum ba da 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 bum ba da da da. When you're coming to the end, it would be actually easier if you let yourself slow down a little bit, even though it doesn't say it there. But musically, bum dum dum ba da. Dum, 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 ba, da, da, dum, bum, ba, da. Isn't that easier?
yes, absolutely.
And it's actually more musical too.
Okay, yeah.
So you win on both fronts,
Have
right?
a little bit of a rip there.
Right. Just put a little bit of a writ, and that gives you that time to do
Right.
those solid chords and just to change that gesture a little bit.
And all right, let's see if this one happens.
How come you're doing that extra note? That happens later, right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Right. So this one has a lot of accidentals and things. Yes, exactly. That was exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. Good. So those accidentals are actually the notes that would be changed if you're doing the different types of minor scales. So a C sharp is actually something that's added to an E melodic minor scale.
A C sharp is something that's added to an E melodic minor
because
scale.
you
Yeah.
raise the sixth and the seventh
Yes.
when you do that. So the things that you were seeing there, it was C sharps. It was mostly C sharps, wasn't it? And a couple D sharps for the raised seventh for the key of E minor.
Yes.
But those completely made sense to me that they would be involved in the minor song.
Well, what was the that's A major.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I have it written down. Okay.
Yeah, it's an A major chord. Yeah.
And these are all.
Well, in the minor.
I haven't written down the numbers make more sense to me, but I was told that those are limiting, like 4 chord, 5 chord, 5 7. Should I be writing those in as well?
Well, it's what those do is they let you know the function.
Yeah.
The numbers show the function of the chord, right?
Yeah, and that's what I like, right? Because
Right.
I feel like, you know,
So-
when you make the function explicit, you're seeing more like behind the scenes of what actually is going on, like theoretically in the song.
Yeah.
I suppose. Yeah.
What's another level of understanding?
Yes.
Right. So in a minor key, your chords that are built off of your
Yes.
notes, like the one chord is a minor chord. Then you have a 2 chord built off of the next.
So
note.
it's I go through the shapes all the time,
Yeah.
but it's E, B major 7.
Yes, that's your 5 chord. 5
5
7
7
6,
and
that's your 4 chord.
A minor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your 4 chord in a minor key is also
And
minor.
sometimes it goes to A major though.
Yeah, that's just playing with the colors.
Okay.
Like I said,
All
in
right.
the melodic minor scale, you do have a C sharp, but the
Okay.
C sharp is not considered like a normal part of your scale.
Yeah, because A major doesn't relate really to G major, which is the relative major of E minor. It's just playing with the colors of the.
Of a minor key.
Excellent. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm always overstretching my thumb in those. Like I feel like it's further away than it actually is. So it goes from first position to second position to first position. This is group position. Group position, second position, second position.
That is a first inversion of an A major though.
Yeah, sorry, first inversion.
Yeah.
First inversion.
And then you go to first inversion of your A minor.
First inversion of A. Oh, sorry, I wasn't. Yeah, first inversion A minor, and then second inversion E minor. Second inversion E minor, reposition D major, reposition G major. Second position B major.
Right.
Second position B major, reposition. So, and in all of the first and mostly first positions, I'm stretching my thumb too much. That is a thing that I will recognize and work on. The song is so boring I didn't even want to play it. Okay. That feels like the weirdest position, the weirdest note to end on.
It is. Hey, you want the root.
Yeah.
You want the root.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the third.
It's the fifth,
It's the third. Oh no, it's the fifth. Yes. Sorry.
Oh right. Left hand gets the melody. faster, but then you wind up mixing it up. And then when you're playing it slower, you have to think about each note. And
Right.
Anyway, I just haven't practiced it enough. But as long as I think of, because it's like this is a very natural position.
Very much so.
I just didn't. I haven't gotten as used to. This is like almost because that's like a. This is kind of like a bass version of a first inversion or something. Okay. Screwed it up, I'll do it more.
So it is a coordination thing, it's just repetition.
Yeah.
I understand what you're doing, so.
So yeah, the hard part of that is the kind of like where you're hitting both with the one thumb.
With the one finger at the same time, yes.
Yeah.
Good.
So yeah. All right, and then I'm sorry I haven't written these things in. Then I'm busy. I feel like, and this takes like 15 minutes for me,
Sure.
and like 15 minutes, playing. This really messes me up. There we go. I never really know until like it sounds right.
Good.
Yeah. I feel like from that 5/4 is more comfortable than 3/4, but
everybody's hand is different, you know. It's like you come to the point where you start modifying according to what's more comfortable for you. So there's no reason against that. So.
All right. Yeah. I'm sure it'll be better this time.
Keep it all D major.
Yes. Well, I was trying to do a D major, but I wound up in that. Yeah, almost.
Yeah, so that's coming along. So we'll have to wrap up because Jason
Oh, yes,
have to go
sorry
to the
about
kids
that.
At school, that's okay.
Oh.
So I'll leave it to you to pace yourself because we've got the holidays now. So
Yes, absolutely.
Just see how much of a chunk you want to do.
Yeah,
If there's time.
I'm working. Do we have another lesson scheduled after the break, or?
I do not know. You'll have to ask Jason.
Yeah. Okay. I'll send an email about that.
I should warn you that my schedule personally gets harder after the break.
Okay.
So I don't know what he had set up.
Even harder than the spring.
The spring.
Sorry. Does the spring get is that harder than the fall?
Yeah, my spring schedule's more complicated because I teach a course at Dell and
really?
It takes on I have 12 extra students to teach per week
Okay.
because of that course. So it blocks my schedule. But I think that 2 times that do work for me are like 2 to 2:30 on Tuesday. And
Next Tuesday?
Well, not next Tuesday, but I mean I'm talking like in January.
Oh, like sort
this
of
is
like a scheduled.
And then Thursdays also still work.
Okay, Tuesdays and Thursdays are good for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And if necessary,
auto-correcting.
I mean, if necessary, you can always split it up and meet us at 2 different times. But I know that for you, it's probably best to keep it
True,
together.
and that is yes.
So
Excellent.
And it's my schedule that is creating the.
Oh my goodness, I've been recording this entire time.
Oh, you can do.